Good morning, friends. Welcome to another episode of Going On Daily Live. I'm your host, Becky, here with Mr. Kyle Miller. Good morning.
Good morning.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Yeah.
Do you guys have snow yet?
Ish. There's snow on the ski hill. We had. Now I'm trying to think. Yeah, we had some snow in town. And it's all gone. It's all gone off the grass.
It's all
everywhere.
Gone. Aren't you guys lucky? Let me tell you, for my metrically challenged friends, it is currently here 4 degrees with a low of -5 Fahrenheit.
Oh.
So yeah, she's a chilly one.
Yeah. It's nice. It is nice here.
I'm upset. Well, you're not that far from me. Shouldn't we have the same weather?
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Oh well. Anyways, welcome to our show. It's Lights Week here on Going On Daily, where we're talking about all things lights. It's a pretty broad topic. Pretty broad. Yesterday we talked about the origin of lights. We talked about a headlight in a vehicle. You are taking us off this morning.
Yeah.
With, I don't know how it's going to relate to lights, but it always does. So we were talking about the shift.
Yes, the shift. It's exciting. I gotta look at my notes here because gosh, you know, the changes in all of the different lighting. So according to what I researched anyway, and so you'll have to forgive me if this is incorrect, but yeah, so 1879 was Edison's first carbon filament bulb, and about a 1,200 hour lifespan, and the one 1,200 hours.
That's pretty impressive, actually, for like a early day technology.
Yeah, it's and I think that it, we've been sold this bill of goods, which is one of the frustrating things for me, because all of the incandescents are terrible, and
they are.
And yeah, even though actually they are, they're the best.
Hi, Danny. Danny's
hi,
here.
Danny. So yeah, but that's been the program that they have put up. So but
I was actually going to do a story on how bad the lighting in Walmart was. Not today, actually. This would have been a great day for it. Like a couple months ago. I have it saved in one of my podcast folders of topics I want to do, and it's literally like how bad the lighting in Walmart is and how they've just made it even worse. So can you imagine being a person who works there? Like, it's bad enough to go there for an hour and do your grocery shop. It's another thing to work there under that every day.
Yep. Yeah. It's awful. And so, I mean, it's something that I pay attention to, and I do have an LED. It's that I use. It's one of the long, like a shop light. And it gives me enough light in my in my office space here. But all the rest, they're all incandescent. Well, they're halogen. So because you can't, I mean, I think you can get incandescents for some things, but I have not found another good resource of good incandescents. But you can still, I think, get some halogens. But anyway, so early 1900s, tungsten filaments and inert gas bulbs. So they improved the brightness and the lifespan and efficiency. So 1930s to 1950s is when fluorescent lighting came out, which is wild. I mean, like that's pretty early. And they started using that, and then 1976, the first compact fluorescent CFL. So that more awful lighting for everyone.
Wrong. The answer to that question is incandescent. Because they're considered Ron's saying, what's the best lighting? So incandescent, because it's generally considered the safest option due to fewer toxic materials, have lower risk of breaking compared to other types. Although they say that LEDs are safe and energy efficient, producing less heat, but it's also like surgical, like you're like in a sterile environment.
Yeah. And there are companies that make LED bulbs or lighting that are in the right spectrum and without the unhealthy spectrum. But if you thought regular LED bulbs were expensive, then get some of those, because those are, I want to say like $20 or $30 a bulb. Something like that.
That's wild. I just bought some, I want to say they're LED bulbs, but they are red. So I put it in my lamp beside my bed and I turn that on instead of my overhead light or regular light. And it's a lot more peaceful. You can definitely fall asleep a little bit easier. I'm just looking here. Are they LED? Yeah, they are LED. And it was $10 for 4 of them. So, I mean, I thought that was a pretty darn good deal.
Yeah. And I think, with most people, and the way that I look at it is the best that we can do, the best that you can do with the budget, with the, with the resources.
Well, that would be candlelight, Kyle.
Yeah. Well, but that isn't even necessarily.
Well, they have to be like beeswax candles, nothing with fragrance.
Yeah. That, I mean, because it's a whole nother rabbit hole. And it's hard if you're, I mean, especially if all the time you're using light, then the candlelight is not, it's not cost effective.
Not really, no.
Yeah. So no, it's not an easy conversation discussion.
No.
But yeah, so 1962, that was the invention of the first visible LED. So,
I'm shocked by that. I had no idea it was that old.
Yeah, I am too. I'm like, it's pretty amazing. So the one that I thought about, which I've known about for a long time, but there is a bulb. So the Centennial light bulb has been burning since 1901 or somewhere in there.
One light bulb?
One light bulb. It's an incandescent bulb. And so as of right now, where was it? It's in California, and it's still live. It's still running. So
I've got to wonder the amount of it's 1901 technology.
Yep.
As we know, they used all kinds of poisons and things back then to make stuff. Like, is it a safe bulb, or is this thing just emitting like EMFs like crazy?
I think it would be hard for it to, gosh, I'm looking for where because I had the other information that was on that bulb. So the legendary still burning bulb. So it is, so it's handcrafted carbon filament, incandescent, and it's at Fire Station number 6 in Livermore, California. And so it was first installed around 1901, and it says some sources say late 1890s was the manufacture. But yeah, donated to the fire department and been almost continuously on since 1901.
They don't even turn it off.
I think it's been turned off some, but the original output was 60 watts, and they figured that it's about 4 watts now. So it's pretty dim, but for
115 years, I think we're probably it's had its time.
125. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. What year is this?
Yeah, almost 26. So
wow.
So yeah, around 125 years. And of course we needed to go to the new technology because it lasts longer.
Meanwhile, it's like stimulating. Like right now I'm looking at ring lights. Like I've got one here and I've got one there.
Yeah.
And both of them are just like burning a circle into my head. I'm telling you. It hurts my eyeballs.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's wild. And then Yeah, because it was in 2023 that they banned the manufacture of incandescent bulbs, and you can still, you can still get them for appliances and things like that, which which makes sense because in your oven you have to have an incandescent in there,
Right.
because you would melt all of the
Right.
yeah, everything with, so but it's an interesting thing, and I love the LEDs. I have an LED, I mean multiple LED flashlights, headlamps, and
They serve a
I,
purpose for sure. I can't
yeah,
knock it, but
yeah,
I do
yeah,
know, like, stimulation wise, sleep
yep,
wise, sleep cycle disruption wise, they're a little stimulating.
yeah, yeah, and there are so many different ones that well, different people, that struggle with it, and not just the sleep disruption and all of that, but also with people, that, the seizures, or all kinds of other issues that come up. Some people get headaches from them. Yeah, there's lots of, it's a large problem that most people don't really know about, and
For sure.
and the manufacturers probably don't really want us to really talk about,
Yeah, exactly.
all of those things.
Totally. Christy and Ron are having a Back to the Future 1.21 gigawatts. Ron, 1.21, not 1.2. I love it. But Christy's here, and so is Pam. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
nice. These must be your friends. I'm
yeah,
guessing if it says Facebook, these are
yes,
Kyle's friends. So welcome.
yes.
Thank you for being here, both of you.
Yeah, super exciting to have them on.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, there's so much more to learn about all of the different lighting and the bulbs and I want to say frequencies. I don't know if that's right, but
Probably.
the
Probably.
yeah, and there are certainly healthier ones that we can all have, and there's all of the rest, which are, I mean, if you're using CFLs or any of the fluorescents at all, that is probably the worst form of lighting that you can get, and
Pretty much.
then maybe LED is next behind it,
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, remove, I mean, go find some halogens if you can. Hopefully maybe still you can get them
And
somewhere.
that's the best one. That's what we want.
Halogen is, I mean, it's as close as far as I know that you can get to an incandescent.
Okay. So you guys can't buy incandescent? Because I'm pretty sure you can here. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if you can, I don't
Look on
know,
Amazon.
yeah, if you can find, because I knew, what I do know is that, so I bought however many of them. One of the podcasts that I listened to, Dave Asprey, I think he said he bought like a whole storage unit, like
Full
full
of them.
of, yeah. But I can't get, I don't think I can get anything other than LED or incandescent at like Lowe's
See,
or Home Depot.
I'm on Canada Amazon, and I just typed in incandescent, and they're like, there's like a million for me to buy.
Oh,
So maybe America
so
banned
so
it,
they
which
have,
is crazy
yeah,
because you guys like pump your food full of all kinds of crap, but like don't ban that.
yeah,
But as
yeah.
long as you can ban the light bulbs.
Yeah, no, it's a wild, yeah. So I don't know for sure, but and I haven't looked up on Amazon, but I know a friend of mine he was having trouble, and he had to order incandescents. So, and you can get them in the lower, but I want some 100-watt incandescents so that I have some good lighting in my
Yeah,
office, and
I'll
I
send you
was
some.
unable to. Yeah, I was unable to find them anywhere locally, at
So
least.
interesting. Yeah, I'll send you a package here. Christy is
Yeah.
wondering if you're for or against tanning beds. As someone who's had cancer, you'd be surprised
Ooh,
to know that I am for tanning beds.
yeah,
I think that, you know what? I'm for sun, and I'm anti sunscreen, and
yep,
I think there's a lot of research that shows that with the invention of sunscreen, we're seeing a lot more rates of skin cancer now because of the toxic chemicals you're putting on your skin. There's also a lot of talk that if you are not a seed oil consumer, like canola oil, soy, palm, all that vegetable crap, if you don't have that in your body, you do not burn. So something to think about. I like tanning beds. I don't go often by any means, as you can tell by my absolute porcelain white skin / albino skin. But I am not against them by any means. I remember my dad found out I was in a tanning bed recently, like within the year, and he cussed me out. He's like, "You just had cancer." I'm like, mind your business. Mind your business.
Yeah.
We've done stories on people dying in them. So no, but people die of everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you drink too much water and you can die too.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I could do a salt cleanse last week or 2 weeks ago, where it's like high dose sea salt. And then I did it and I'm like not feeling so hot. And then I start reading the comments of this page I read it on, and it was like, do not do this. It'll put you in the hospital. And I was like trying to make myself throw up after. So, I mean, that's salt. You need salt, but
yeah.
Everyone can die of excess of anything.
Yeah. All things in moderation, including moderation.
Yes. Right. Yep. Exactly. So what's not going to kill you? Quite honestly, I mean, check your food, Canada and America.
Yeah, well, and that's the, it's funny to me because people talk about that, gosh, well, everything's going to kill you, so don't even worry about it. And I'm like, I'm not worried about the dying part. No. What I'm worried about is the last 10, 20 years of my life.
The painful spiral down. Yes.
Yeah, being miserable, not being able to remember where I am, all of those things. That's the part that worries me more. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to spend the last 10, 20 years of my life in misery.
I actually had a client the other day. He was 79 years old. He has stage 4 cancer, and he wanted to come to me to get his blood analysis done to see, like, if there's anything that he could do to, stretch out his life. Obviously, at 79, they're not doing any hard treatment, nor does he want it. But he was saying, he's like, whatever, if I die, it's my time. He's like, but I hate unknowing. Like, am I going to be in a ton of pain? Am I going to be wasting away? I'm going to be unable to help myself. He's like, I don't want any of that. Like, that's true, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's not the well, and I talk about, wanting to live because I would love to live to, like, I don't know, 180 or longer.
The ripe old age of 180 years old.
Yeah. But the key point there is I want to live that long. I don't want to exist. I have no desire to exist till that age. I want to live to that age. Yeah.
Agreed. Well, this took a interesting turn. Hey.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, because he's saying only a pinch of sea salt. 100%. Me also. Yeah. This was like a tablespoon or 2. And it wasn't good. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It was not great. So I made myself puke it out and then I felt fine. So yeah.
That's good.
Fun fact.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Okay. Well, we are live right now. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Twitter. And X is Twitter. And Twitch. We're on all of these platforms right now. We're actually live via Kyle's page on Facebook, but I will get to that. So on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble, we are on Rhode Island Broadcasting, at Twitch at RI_broadcasting, and on X at broadcasting RI. You can find us live every 8 a.m. Mountain Time for me and Kyle.
Yep.
We are also on, audio. If you don't have a chance to watch us live, you can listen to us on Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Red Circle at RIBroadcasting. You can follow us on our socials at MeWe, LinkedIn, TikTok, Space Hey, Parlor, Gab, any other one that you can think of. Did we ever do a MySpace? I can't remember. We were talking about it. I know, MySpace. They brought it back.
Yeah.
Tom came out of the shadows. He's an old man now. Came to be everyone's friend again. But yes, I don't know if we ever set one up there, but we are on. Ron, how come we haven't? Yeah, Space Hey. Space Hey is MySpace? What? That's what it is?
Is it? Okay. Oh.
Well, Ron, change the graphics so people can see where they can.
I didn't know that. That's
I did
Space
not know that
A
either.
is MySpace. Oh, okay, wild.
So this little guy, I mean, it kind of looks like the
Okay.
MySpace logo. This
Yeah.
blue one and backwards here, right there. Space. Hey.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, we are there at RIBroadcasting. So if anyone is like, hey, I want to feel nostalgic, I want to have a top 8 and have a song that represents me. I don't know if they still do that, but go to Space Hey at RIBroadcasting. Of course, Twitter at Broadcasting RI. Now, Facebook. We eventually would love to go live again on Facebook of our own. We are having comments from Christy and Pam right now from Kyle's Facebook because he has linked it. I literally can't. I don't know why. I cannot. I've tried. I cannot do it. But follow us on Going On Daily Morning Show, and then we can actually start going live there as well. And you can support the show on RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, where you can buy merch. You can support the show. All of our socials are there, and you can vote for our Hall of Fame. So last month we had Robin Williams going on to the next round. This month we are talking music. It looks like 80s music here. Madonna, Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, and Pat Benatar. So go to RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net to vote for your favorite in the Hall of Fame. We'll see who goes on. I'm going to guess that Whitney Houston takes it. I don't know, though. I'm going to guess it's Whitney. Although a few of you guys have said Pat Benatar, so that would never have been on my first list ever. Like, I wouldn't have even thought of it.
Well, the only reason I thought about it is because I've seen her live. So
right.
So that I'm like, yeah, I have not, nobody else. So
fair.
Yeah.
Maybe Tina Turner because we share a last name. Maybe.
Yeah.
I actually voted for Whitney. I voted for Whitney because I feel like she died prematurely. Drugs are bad. Okay. And okay. And she was amazing, super talented. I think Madonna and Janet Jackson can probably just leave this conversation here, but the other three I think deserve to be here.
I love it.
Pat Benatar, A Teenage Boy's Dream. Okay, I need to see what she looks like again because I know I don't like all I'm picturing is like hair and like blush, but I guess when you're a teenage boy that was in.
Yes, I mean she was a pretty lady when I saw her 20 something years ago.
She is definitely 80s pretty for sure. She has got the look of the 80s. This outfit that I'm looking at here, it is like red zebra stripes or purple zebra stripes with a red belt. Her makeup is out to here. Her hair is out to here. So yeah, that is not my style for sure. Best female rocker. Yeah, she is pretty awesome. I will give you that one.
Yeah.
So anyways, go vote RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net and you can see at the end of the month or I guess the beginning of the next month, who is the winner for this round.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wanted to talk lights in a different way. So I am talking about Fireflies. Historically, over the year and a half that I've been on this show, I've done a lot of like animal fun facts. I've done a lot about the ocean. The ocean is a weird and fascinating place. But the odd time I will do land creatures. And what better time to do an animal that is literally a light at the same time? I don't really understand why or how it's a light, but maybe we'll find out in the fun facts, which I haven't even read yet because I wanted to be surprised.
Ooh, fun.
Right. So there are more than 2,000 species of fireflies. Don't know if you know that. It's actually a type of beetle. Yuck. That makes me like them a lot less. Despite their name, only some of the species produce a glow. So fireflies in the western United States, so where you are, for example, lack the ability to produce light. Now, have you ever seen a firefly?
I think that I have. It seems like I have, but yeah, not here.
But maybe not.
Yeah. I don't remember specifically because I've traveled. I mean, not traveled a lot, but yeah, to some of the places that. So yeah, seems like maybe I have, but I don't recall specifically.
Yeah. I love how websites in America or just American things, like they say that in the Western United States, they don't produce light. But do fireflies know the border? Because I'm in Western Canada, and I also feel like we don't have that here. But according to this website, it's only in the States. So
yeah, yeah. Well, it's always about America.
they
So
get stopped at the border. ICE is real strong for
that's
beetles.
where we are just, yeah. It's all about us. We're
Yes,
special,
yes, very much so. You're very national centric for sure. Yeah, I can honestly say I've never seen a firefly. But then I watch videos of, I don't know, whatever, online or movies. And I'm like, man, just people know about this? Like, this is a common occurrence for them? Just seeing some stuff glowing in my garden? I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, we don't get that option, I guess, in the western side of the North America, I guess.
Border Patrol. So fun. I have to add a fun fact in here since you brought up Border Patrol. I did not get much encouragement, but I snowboard and I'm on the ski patrol, and so I wanted to make Border Patrol shirts with snowboarders, in snowboarders in ski patrol jackets, and and the most of the patrol was like, no, we are not. That is not. We're not. We're
right, because everyone is offended by everything. I think it's hilarious. I totally would have been all over that.
So we'll see. I might still get some shirts made anyway.
So you snowboard then?
Yeah, I snowboard and ski. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if maybe you unicycled down the snowy mountain.
I have done that from the top of Pebble Creek. Yes.
Of course you have. Why wouldn't you have?
Well, I had to beg and plead, and they were like, "This is your only chance. No, we're not going to let you do this again." And
no way.
Blah, all the things. So yeah, I rode down the cat tracks all the way down Pebble Creek from the very top on my unicycle. Jeez. And it was brutality. Ooh, it was. I'm grateful. Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. Very athletic.
Yeah, they were doing the pond skim that day, and so lots of fun. Everybody skiing everywhere, and then some other patrollers followed me, and it was fun. It was hours of just very
sounds
hard.
Treacherous. I don't even want to go outside in the snow. Meanwhile, you're on a unicycle in the snow, down a hill, down a mountain. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. It was. Yeah,
Christy says, "Get out here. We can do it live." Okay. Love it. Yeah. Okay, I need to come to Idaho. Obviously, this sounds awesome.
Obviously. Yeah.
Obviously, I've only been once. Sandpoint.
Oh, Sandpoint. Yeah.
We drove
there. Oh.
We drove down from Alberta, where I am. It was a very, very long drive, and I seem to recall we were in a van because I was a child, or like 10, 11, 12, something like that. In a van, my parents took the back row out of the van and then moved the 3-person seat to the middle. And it was me and my grandma and my brother in this van, and our air conditioning didn't work. So, and it was hot. It was a heat wave. So we would open up the windows. But I remember also there was road construction. So we were stopped on the way down, and all that comes in is like this hot sauna of heat.
Yeah. Hot, stinky sauna.
Horrible. Yeah. Horrible. Yeah. My parents would let us take turns just laying in the back.
Yeah.
Because like, what else are you going to do? Your kids are going to die of heat stroke.
Yeah.
But I recall the trip was pretty awesome. I liked Idaho.
The trip was awesome, other than that part of it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I do know that my kids' track and field club used to do Idaho as one of their points, and my husband, when he was in the same track and field club, he actually did the Idaho trip. I think because there's no like great flight to get there, they have to fly into Utah and drive up to wherever they need to go, or they drive for like 900 days. They stopped going, so which is too bad, because that'd be awesome. It gives me a reason to come to Idaho.
It's closer, so it's closer to Texas from the southeastern corner of Idaho than it is to the northwestern corner of Idaho. It's less distance. Yeah.
Wow. Pretty big then, I guess.
Yeah. It's a big, tall state. So yeah.
Very cool. And where are you? Roughly?
I'm in Pocatello. I'm in the southeastern corner-ish kind of. It's basically if you made a triangle with Boise and Salt Lake City, then we're in the Idaho, corner of the triangle.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're closer to, Wyoming and Utah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, I see you're like almost directly under me, just maybe a smidge east.
Yeah.
And the directions from here, let's look here. If I was to drive,
it's gotta
14
be
hours.
Yeah.
14 hours.
Yeah. And probably a nightmare to get here, because you got to go through all the other, probably all of the other back roads, whatever, in order to finally get to freeway to get to Pocatello.
You know what? What's my time worth? I'd way rather fly.
Yeah. Yeah, fly into Salt Lake and come up and say hi.
My kid's obsessed with Utah. I don't know why. I don't even think she's watched Mormon Wives. Like, I don't know why she's obsessed with it. She says Utah is very cutesy. She loves the lifestyle. She loves how everyone looks. It's a very general statement, but she's begged me to take her to Utah. I'm like, I don't know if you'll be as impressed, because I don't think she's like a landscape lover. I think she'll be like less excited when she realizes like everyone's Mormon there and she can't dress as
Salt Lake is very interesting, and Ogden too, because there's definitely all the Mormons, but boy, there's a whole bunch of other culture and punk rockers and all the goth people, and there's a whole variety of everything. In Pocatello, we actually have a higher percentage of Mormon population than there is in the Salt Lake area. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah. Utah sucks because Idaho blows. Jeez, Chrissy. Hilarious. Hilarious. Johnny Utah, No Point Break. Oh, is that Patrick Swayze? I've never seen it.
Oh.
Anyways, we don't know movies. It's fine.
Yeah.
What we do know is fireflies, so I'll continue. The male fireflies that do glow use their flash to attract the females. Each species has its own pattern of light flashing, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
In some places, at some times, fireflies synchronize their flashing. Okay, it's like a concert. That's fun. Or like some of the hockey stadiums, you can like log into their app, and then it'll say, go to this at this moment. It'll say it on the Jumbotron, click on the app at this moment. And then everyone's phone flashes start doing it in synchronization, which is pretty cool. Yeah, at least at ours, they do that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So that's what fireflies do. They can also be yellow, green, or orange. I'm going to guess when they're lit up, they probably all kind of look the same. Yellow, green, and orange sort of all favor each other when they're bright.
Similar-ish.
Yeah. Firefly larvae might glow, and even some that live underground or underwater can glow. That's interesting. How do they know? If it's under the ground, who's seeing it? They use light to communicate to predators that they are not tasty. They produce unpalatable defensive steroids for protection.
Oh.
So an animal sees this glowing thing and they go, that doesn't taste good. Is that how it works?
Or maybe they've sampled them before and they were like, that one doesn't. Yeah, don't eat the green one.
That one's a spicy one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's not good.
Tastes like I don't know, neon, like a glow stick.
Don't eat that one, Johnny. That one tastes awful.
Yeah. Hilarious. Okay, larvae. How do you say that? There's an E on the end. Anyway, larvae are carnivorous and particularly enjoy snails. What? Aren't snails bigger than firefly larvae? Adult fireflies usually live off of nectar and pollen, but some don't feed at all. So how do they live, Kyle? How do they live?
I don't know. I don't know what to say on that.
Weird. Only a few of the adults actually are carnivorous. They don't eat snails though. They eat other fireflies.
Oh, okay. As you would.
As you would, yeah, of course. Yeah. Fireflies are among many species that are bioluminescent, meaning that they can produce their own light. Yeah, a lot of the ocean creatures that we've talked about in the past are bioluminescent as well. Because the ocean it's a dark place down there. You need a light. You need a headlamp. So they just create it themselves. A chemical reaction within the firefly's light organ produces the light. It's oxygen combining with calcium ATP, so adenosine triphosphate, the energy carrying molecule of all cells, and a chemical called luciferin when an enzyme called luciferase is present. The light is almost efficient, or is almost the most efficient light in the entire world, and nearly 100% of the energy in the chemical reaction is emitted as light.
Wow.
Luciferase has been proven to be a useful chemical in scientific research, food safety testing, and forensic tests. It can be used to detect levels of ATP in cells, for example.
Huh.
It's fascinating. Like, animals are fascinating to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
When luciferase, excuse me, was first discovered, the only way to obtain the chemical was from fireflies themselves. Today, synthetic luciferase is available, but some companies still harvest fireflies. Well, that's sad, which may be contributing to their decline. Which may be contributing. Well, they're all dying, and all these companies have them, so I would say it's probably likely contributing.
Yeah.
Other factors that may be contributing to firefly decline include light pollution and habitat destruction. If a field where fireflies lived is paved over, the fireflies don't migrate to another field. They just disappear forever. Oh my gosh.
Huh. Yeah.
So
yeah, you're correct, Ron. That people ruin everything.
Yeah, we suck.
Yeah.
And finally, observing fireflies in your backyard can actually help scientists learn more about these insects and why they're disappearing. So there used to be a page, it looks like it might be defunct now because it's an old website, but where you could contact them if you had them in your yard. So,
yeah,
very cool.
You said they're nuclear, and that's I just had to say that's awesome because it is in fact nuclear and not nuclear.
Right. Yeah, that's right. The E is after the L and not before. That's right. Nuclear.
Yeah.
Nice grammar. Points for grammar here.
Yeah. I'm smarter than I look.
I think you look smart also.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, I've been working on it.
Well, yeah, that's all I got for fireflies. I think they're fascinating. And again, they are technically a type of light. However that works. George Bush, the genius, was that your smartest president? I don't think so.
Yeah, no. No.
Anyways.
Definitely. Yeah.
People at fault. Your next topic is whose fault?
Yeah, whose fault? Oh man, so I thought about this and I brought this up because I'd gotten a comment. Now I'm trying to remember what the video was, but basically, I talk a lot about narcissists and toxic people and all of that, and so which is not a comment that I get very often, but the comment was something on the order of why are we not talking about how to not create more narcissists? And I think that's it's a fair question. It's not one that many people ask. This is one of those things that everybody else goes to therapy. The narcissists do not go to therapy.
Fair.
Yeah. So, but it, for me, when I think about all of it, we can blame everybody, and I don't think that that's really helpful.
No.
Because ultimately the biggest thing that we can all do is to do the work to heal the wounds and the trauma and all of those things from whatever we've gone through, whether or not it's toxic people, narcissists, whatever other kind of abuse, for us to heal those wounds. Because if we're not actively working on those things, then our children, for one thing, all of the other people around us, they're getting some of, they're getting some of that energy and the thought process and all of that from all of us. And so it's one of the reasons with most of the people that I work with in the beginning, they're very angry and they're focused on all of these things that happened, and they did this and they did that, and then we work on bringing them back into themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're looking for fault. We're looking for, for someone else to blame, whether or not in those relationships. And it doesn't mean at all that those people are innocent, but it's not helpful for any of us. And I look at the whole landscape of the the political world and religion and so many other things, and everybody's looking for somebody to blame.
Yes, they are.
And yeah, and it just doesn't. I mean, all it does is holds us back in our lives, and so it's definitely. So Christy says it's hard to heal in a toxic environment or even be aware that it's not normal. Yeah,
right. If that's your everyday life, you don't know what you don't know. Honestly, like no one really can be blamed for this. But once you take that step back, man, I learned all kinds of things after I left certain relationships. Like, wow, was an eye opener.
Yeah. No one is to blame. Maybe I should know that song. I don't know if I know, but yeah, it's, and I think it's a huge part of emotional maturity and emotional intelligence for us to take ownership, and it doesn't make anyone else necessarily innocent, but it's like, okay, what can I actually do about this situation? And so it is just never helpful to blame all of the other people. Kyle has helped me be feral again. So when I'm in jail, I have bail money, but I will need a ride.
Wow.
Just tell me where the keys are to your car and I will come pick you up then. She's got now I'm struggling here. I'm like Challenger, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So fun. I'm like, oh, okay. I can do that.
We'll gladly pick you up in that.
Yeah. Let me know where the keys are and I'll
and we'll have a long talk about what you did on the way home.
Yeah.
Pick her up on your unicycle. Jeez.
That's fine. Yeah, no. That's I've tried those shenanigans with the unicycle. I had a friend of mine had one of the like half of bike. Like for kids, you hook it onto the back of your bike so that you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we hooked that onto the back of my unicycle, and then a friend of mine got on that, which was not. I mean, because I think he's like 210 pounds or so, and I'm not that big. I'm like 185, and so I'm trying to stable and hold the unicycle up while he's trying to ride that thing on the back. But
didn't go well.
Yeah, no.
I think you should just have carried him on your back. That's a real athlete, Kyle.
Yeah. If I was super, I maybe with a small child, I could have them sit on my shoulders and then get on the. But that's, yeah. And let's all wear armor and helmets and pads and everything
someone's eating it for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, maybe I don't know. I
mean, I don't know how good of a unicyclist you are.
I'm pretty good.
Are you circus worthy? Maybe.
No, I'm not. I'm not circus worthy. That's.
Are you riding across a tightrope worthy?
I cannot ride across the tightrope. I can ride across pretty narrow things, and I can juggle as long as I'm riding forward, but I cannot just sit and rock back and forth and juggle. That's hard.
That's tough.
Yeah. Wouldn't be able to leave a burnout on the way out of the. Oh, of course I could leave a burnout on the. Yeah.
A unicycle burnout. There's nothing more badass than that. No.
Yeah.
I think you'll really leave some of those cops intimidated for sure. Out of there.
So anyway, the whose fault, and this is, it's a regular thing, and it's not like all of us don't blame other people, but I think the important thing is to catch ourselves when we are blaming everyone else, even if they have fault or it is their fault. But what can I now do? because that's the empowering part of that. And what we don't need is anything more disempowering. I mean, back to my other topic, like somebody deciding, maybe the government or anyone else, that we can't decide what it is that we want for light bulbs or or anything else.
I definitely blame the government for that.
Yeah, it's kind of disempowering, but anyway, yeah, let's all empower ourselves and focus on what we can do, not on whose fault it is.
Sure.
Because
love it. I mean, can you imagine if everyone just took accountability? Can you imagine a world where we all just were like, you know what, I messed up on that one, my bad.
Yeah.
Nice. But you know what, our egos are much too fragile for that, so it's easier to blame other people for their shortcomings than it is to accept your own. So
and it's not easy to find them, but it's easier to find the people who take accountability and take action in their lives than it is to get any of the rest of all of those people to change.
Fair.
So
very cool. I love it. I always feel like I learn just a little bit more about myself every time we do a show together.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's effective. It's exactly what you're trying to do and it's working. So thank you.
Yes.
So let's talk about blaming Gen Z for all of life's problems. Just kidding.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, because they suck.
But you're a millennial and I'm a millennial. And so I thought this would be a really good topic here. So it's I made the title "What Happened to Gen Z," but you'll see when we're talking about this, it is really like a comparison, or what millennials had or went through that Gen Zs never have to go through. So a psychologist has explained why 90s kids think differently than Gen Z kids. The games that we played as kids literally rewired our brain, and here is why. Blame it on the rain. Yes, both of you guys said that. It's a great song. So children in the 90s played games that forced the brain to fail and try again. Things like Mario, Sonic, Prince of Persia. You had 3 lives, no saves, no hints. Excuse me. When you lost, you learned patience. Remember, it was like, well, I have to wait now till my lives restore. You didn't just get to start over. It wasn't unlimited. Or, especially if you were someone who had a sibling and you had to play with them. Okay, I'm player 1, you're player 2. And then if that person's really good, you could be waiting 20 minutes to play. And then you play for 10 seconds and then you die. And then it's your brother's turn again. This happened to us all the time. But when you lost, you learned patience, planning, and frustration tolerance. Today, many of the games guide kids step by step, autosave every 10 seconds, and remove the real challenge. So things like Tetris, Doom. Oh my gosh, remember Doom? I wasn't allowed to play it, but we would play it. We were bad, but it is so demonic. I can definitely see why my parents did not allow it. Quake, that was another one. Zelda, you had no map, you had no path arrows. I remember playing on Doom and being like, oh, should I go down this corridor? And you're like, duh, evil monster. And you're like, go, kill it. Get this gun and blow its head off. Like, it was creepy. It was a creepy game, but I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, me too.
You had to remember like the layouts, the patterns, the secrets. Scientists now show that these games strengthen the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain where memory and navigation are formed. Modern games often give glowing lines like GPS arrows, voice assistants, etc. Kids have to follow instruction instead of figuring it out. So you had to stop your game when you failed. Today's games are endless. Things like Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft are built to keep the attention forever. This is so true. My kid plays Roblox. She can be on there for like hours. If I don't take her off it, I can't. I'm still playing. I'm like, how are you still playing? It's constant. So how about the beginning of our anxiety board games, especially Operation? So when I was in college, my friends and I had Operation, and we had Drunk Operation. And so if you pulled a card, let's say it was worth 700 to pull, I don't know, butterflies in the stomach or whatever, and you hit the sides. If it was worth 700, you'd have to have 7 drinks, like drinks 7 times. So you get real trashed on Drunk Operation.
Right.
Yeah, right? Isn't it? Because some of these are worth like $2,000. Like taking 20 sips of your drink, you would have like one and you'd be like, we're done here. So it was like really incentive to not hit anything. Anyway.
Consequences.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. We learned
why
real
are you why are you sick and hungover? Oh, I lost the game.
operation.
Lost
Water on the knees. Yes.
stupid operation.
Exactly. That was a tough one. He said, sorry, the psychologist had said that for these endless games, it trains a different circuit. Instead of finishing tasks, kids get addicted to the constant stimulation. One parent even said, my son never knows when to stop. The game ends him. He doesn't know how to end the game. But this never happened with like Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, things like that. In the 90s, games were social in real life. You went to a friend's house, you sat on the same couch, you argued over controllers, you shared secrets past levels together. Like I said, with your siblings, you took turns. Today, many kids play alone with a headset, surrounded by thousands, but actually connected to no one. Psychologists see more loneliness in kids who play online games compared to those who play side by side offline games. I don't know if you've ever, if you're a gamer or whatever, if you've ever heard anyone on these headsets. Like when I was married to my ex-husband, he was a gamer. And one day I walked in and I can hear all kinds of things coming out of his mouth, like horrifying, like heinous things. And then I hear a child yelling back at him. And I was like I'm talking like F-bombs, C-bombs, N-bombs, like words that we should not be hearing. And I'm like, are you arguing with a child? Like, well, you started it. And I was like, oh, you're a grown man. So yeah, crazy.
Oh yeah, I've heard one of my the band that I play in, their kid is on gaming, and you'll hear the like scream or yelling, and not like necessarily yelling at other people, but just like, oh, like as you're getting shot at or what. I don't even know what game they're playing, but but yeah, very, very, it's entertaining.
Oh yeah,
and I have been on a friend of mine, couple of friends play some online first person shooter. And they were like, oh, hey, you should jump in on a game. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna just get killed in this game because I don't play. And so, but yeah, put the headset on and listening to everybody talking and I was like, oh, this is fun. I might like to do this maybe occasionally when I want to have a couple drinks and hang out. But all the time I can't.
No, every day. My brother used to play nonstop to the point where his wife was like, I can't handle this. Like he doesn't help with anything because he's just gaming constantly. I remember he lived with us before he ever got married. He had just gone through a breakup. He was depressed. I had just got married. Like he moved in with us in our first month of marriage. And when Call of Duty, whatever one it was, came out, I didn't see him for like 2 or 3 days. He finally comes out of his room and he is like as white as a ghost. And he's like, drive me to the store. I need batteries for my controller. And I was like, you can walk your pale ass to the store, Edward from Twilight. I'm like, get out there, get some sun. And he was mad. I remember he was like angry with me. And it was about probably a mile each way. And I was like, I do not care. Go for a walk. You've been in your room for 3 days. And this is my older brother, right? So having his younger sister tell him what to do. But I was like, this is not, you cannot think that this is healthy for you, sitting in front of your screen all day.
Yeah. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Go for a walk.
Yeah. And like, get your pale ass some sun. Okay. Some vitamin D. And he actually thanked me when he got back. He's like, I actually needed that. I'm like, yeah, of course you did. Take a breather. Take a breather of fresh air. And it's not your stinky, sweaty fart air. Like, yeah. It was gross. So I don't know if he's that bad anymore. He's a single dad now. So I think he has to be a little more present. But I know he said for this year for Christmas, like I should get his kids this PlayStation 5 game. And I know it's one that he wants. And I'm like, I'm probably okay. I'm like, I'll just get them something more like hands-on. I try to not buy them anything electronic. They're 8 and 6. And I'm like, get handsy with stuff. Like I bought them the Slinky one year, Legos, blocks, whatever, because it gets them hands-on puzzles.
Yeah, handsy is maybe not the term that I would
okay, sorry. That's fair. I never really thought of that. Hands-on.
Don't get. They get handsy enough as teenagers.
That's fair.
Or
That's fair.
older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. Wrong verbiage. More like dexterity driven.
Oh yes. Yes.
There.
Yes.
There you go.
We're going off the deep end here.
Yeah, we're going off the deep end. Okay, I'll go back to my topic here.
Okay.
So this I almost just knocked over my computer. Whew.
Yeah, don't do
So
that.
this psychologist added that 90s games taught delayed rewards. So you waited weeks for a new Level magazine. Remember the magazines? Oh man, we loved the magazines. Or months for a new game. Now kids get dopamine every single minute. Like they get new skins, loot boxes, rewards, upgrades. My kid is constantly asking for Robux, which is like Roblox money. And I just imagined it was for like, I don't know, some advancement in the game. It's literally to buy outfits for her character. This kid has gone through so many Robux over her years of playing it.
Yeah.
So the nervous system adapts to the fast pleasure, and then real life feels slow. This is why you put on an old movie. When my kids were little, I put on a VHS, a Disney VHS, and to me it was so exciting. Something so nostalgic about it. You see the preview at the beginning. It tells you like you'll be fined $250,000 for recreating the movie, and then has all the previews of the other movies. And my kids are like, and they were little. They were probably 5 and 3 at the time, or 6 and 4, and they're like, Mom, why does it have commercials? I'm like, these are previews. Just watch them. They're like, skip, fast forward. Like, you don't fast forward, okay? Like, I could, I suppose. And then when it was over, I remember they once put a tape in and it was at the end and they're like, it's not working. And I'm like, oh, you need to rewind it, you guys.
Yeah, be kind.
But it was slow. They thought it was boring because it wasn't like this in their face. It was pleasant. And like when my kid was really small, my older one, she's always super active. This is like my track star girl now. She's always been active as a child. And it would be hard to get her to slow down. Even for bedtime, it would be hard to get her to slow down as a little kid. So I remember I'd bring her downstairs. I would put on some sort of black and white documentary. Like once it was like a World War II documentary for her. She's like, Mom, this is so boring. And I'm like, you're right. It is.
You're welcome.
She just fell asleep in my arms. And, I think one time I did it. She was like, I'm just going back to bed. I'm like, yeah, you are. Because, for someone who's used to that constant stimulation 3 inches from their face, putting on something like subtitles and black and white is very boring, very unstimulating.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's so much, I mean, this isn't kind of directly here, but we had a conversation yesterday and it was, now I'm drawing a blank as I say this, but it was around, different businesses that people were trying to develop. And so they're pitching them, like a Shark Tank type of thing. And so at a university and they all of the, they said to the judges, make sure that you don't score them too low because you don't want to discourage them. And so they ended up with, if I remember right, like 5 first place winners. And 4 second place and like 3 third place.
Listen, if everyone's first place, then nobody's first place.
Yeah. We're all winners. Look at us. We are so special.
And I think like our generation, us millennials, really saw that shift. I don't know if it was us thinking, hey, I didn't like feeling like I wasn't good enough. So now everyone's going to feel great all the time. Or if it just started with, like, I'm not really sure how the shift happened. People are soft. Yes, 100%. I know like my kid, she's always been so good at every sport, right? My older one, that active one. And she was really good at gymnastics and she had made the expensive private club team or whatever when she was, I don't know how old she would have been, grade 3, maybe grade 4. And it was going to cost me like $350 a month. And I was a single mom and I was like, I can't afford this. I'm sorry. I had to not put her in it. And I was upset and she was upset. And then, so I just put her in like community gymnastics instead. And she ended up failing that round and didn't get to move on to the next one. And I was like, what the heck? Like I was confused as well, because how did she make the club team and not past community, but this kid was devastated. Like she had never lost anything in her life. And then I was like, you know what? This is actually good for her. I'm like, did you try hard? And she's like, not really, Mom. And I was like, well, why not? Well, because I wanted to be on the club team. I'm like, okay, so now you didn't try hard and now you were not punished, but you got the consequences of your actions. And so I'm finding even now she's in 10th grade and school's always come really easy, 80s and 90s, everything for her. And now she's got some 60s in her class and it's hard on her. She is struggling in school and she doesn't like it because her half-assing everything, which came easy for her. And the same with track and field. She was always getting golds and silvers. And then she started to get injuries because she wasn't working out. She wasn't eating protein. She wasn't stretching. And now the natural talent that she had has been overrun by people who are putting in the work. And so these natural consequences, as sad as it is as a mom to see your kid not win or to feel bad or whatever, I also think it's a great way in life to learn that resiliency, to learn that life doesn't always just come easy. Yeah, life might be a little bit easy for this girl because she's smart and athletic and fit and beautiful and perfect teeth, perfect eyes, like all the things, perfect skin. But not everyone lives like that. And so to see her go through some stuff, it is like, it makes me happy as a mom to know that like she's actually going to face some trials before she's an adult and thinks the whole world is her oyster, really.
Yeah. Yeah. It's well, and so people see, and talk about me riding unicycle, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, you have to have like the balance and all the things and but what most of them, and even when I say this, I can tell that most people can't really comprehend, but it's 22 years ago, when I turned 21, I got a unicycle and I wanted to learn how to ride unicycle. And I was then working construction and I was off. We didn't have any work. So I was on unemployment. And so for 2 weeks, it took me 2 weeks every single day trying to ride the unicycle, and 2 weeks before I made it around the block, not a city block, but a little neighborhood block. It took me 2 weeks of every single day. That was basically all I was doing every day, all day, to learn how to ride it so that I could ride around the block once. And that amount of failure, and it wasn't failure. I mean, we don't we talk about failing at different things, but it's when a baby is learning to walk or crawl or any of those things, it's not failure. It's not failure then, it just is for the rest of our lives then. With everything else that we do.
I find like my kids, especially my younger one, who things don't come as easy to. She tries one time. Actually, sometimes she doesn't even try because she thinks it's going to be too hard. And if she does try and fails, that's it. Resiliency gone. So it's like, I want her to know that it is okay to fail, but you have to try again. And if you're not going to put in the effort, you're not going to reap the rewards of that. So it's like, it is very interesting. And it's so true. Like, as I read this article, like, like that is what's happening here. And I would have never correlated 90s video games with it, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does.
And I've heard a lot too about people that go through school and the school system works well for them. So they test well, they do school well, they learn well in that environment. And so they're super successful all the way through school. And then they, go on and go through college, and then they go get a job, and all of a sudden, all of the success,
zero life skills.
Because they never went through failure through school because they were good at that skill of doing those things. So they didn't learn how to fail well, or even at all, or what it felt like. And they just get trampled in life, which is,
I think it's probably better to be, fail as a kid and have that grace given to you than it is to fail as an adult and have your life shattered.
Yeah. I think it's been one of the biggest benefits of my life is so many things that I struggled with and failed at, and just just sheer stubborn determination. That's how I learned how to ride a unicycle.
Yeah.
Stubborn determination.
I love that. Do you remember? You might do, because you're not much older than I am. It was like 2 sticks. They kind of look like drumsticks. And then it was like a long stick, and it was like weighted on each end. And you would like,
Yep.
And then you could do like, I wanted one so bad in grade, I don't know, 5, 6 maybe. And I got them, and I remember I did it once and it just flops, and eventually I got really good at it, and it was fun. I loved it, but it was like, I had to try and try and try, and I never stopped trying until I learned how to do it. Same with like a yo-yo. Yo-yos are tough.
Yeah.
I just find like my kids are so bored of these simple things. My mom actually bought my kids a yo-yo for this Christmas, and I was like, why? She's like, because they need to be kids. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. They will be throwing it at each other, but that's fine.
Yo-yo is one of those because I can yo-yo a little bit. And learning to juggle. Juggling was, and it's still hard. It's still super hard for me. And I've been juggling for, gosh, maybe 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly when I first learned and started juggling.
You put some hours in over the years.
Yeah.
And it's still a struggle. Yeah,
it's still not easy.
Well, it just goes to show these people with like extreme talents, the amount of time and practice and failure and wins and losses that they have put in over the years.
Yeah. It just, I mean, talking about like musicians, all it really takes is 6 or 8 hours a day for a decade.
Yeah.
In order to be a really high, I mean, maybe not a world class, but to be really good.
Yeah.
It only takes like 6 or 8 hours a day, every day for a decade-ish.
Well, we were talking yesterday about Olympians, like the amount of time and effort that goes into their craft just to be good enough to be an Olympian is wild. And then you figure like you've actually put aside life skills or a career or job work experience because you've put so much time and effort in. And then when that doesn't pan out, the amount of like depression and things that come with it because your dreams are gone. Right?
Yeah.
What does Ron say? When I was a kid, my dad would say, stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Now I'm like, sorry, you're crying. What can I do to make you feel better? Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, realistically, when your dad said, stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about, that didn't feel good either.
Yeah. No, it's one extreme to the other.
For sure. I didn't love the way my parents parented. I didn't love being hit for no reason or yelled at because they were super unregulated. Like that wasn't my fault as a kid. I'm a kid. But I also think like to be like, oh, here, you're fine. I'll do it for you. Like, I don't think that's good either. I think there needs to be like strong boundaries, but kindness as well, where we don't make kids feel bad about themselves, but we also let them know that they can't get away with nonsense, right?
That's a different thing, Ron. That's a different.
Ron. Okay, on that note, I'm going to finish this topic here. Ron's a sicko. So anyway, this therapist had said that 90s kids got patient. Today's kids get overstimulated by the time they turn 10. 90s games required focus for hours to beat one level, no notifications, no pop-ups, no ads. Man, that's the other thing. The amount of just ads. When my kid was like 9 or 10, she had this, probably 10, this whole like meltdown about how she needed all this makeup, all these clothes, all this, also this, that, and how she needed to be skinnier. My kid has never been heavy, ever. My kid is thin. And all this stuff and makeup. And I'm like, you're 10 years old. Like, why do you need this? And then I realized it's because all the ads that are like targeted on YouTube, that she thinks that. And even now it's this hive mind mentality where they all have the exact same clothes. Her and her best friend showed up wearing the exact same outfit for the first day of school. Wasn't even intentional. It was identical down to every color of shirt that they bought at the same store, pants that they got at the same store, shoes that they got at, like, it was insane. Their hair was the same. And it's this hive mind where they're just taught, they're just trained. So anyway, today's games are designed with psychological hooks, battle passes, daily login rewards, FOMO mechanics, basically, where you feel like if you don't do it, you're missing out. Kids are playing the game because it's engineered to keep them hooked. This is why Gen Z has the shortest attention span recorded in history. I am not surprised by that. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever.
They're number one. They're number one. They're number one.
So they think. So they think. But yeah, anyway, so that's it was just a very interesting topic. I love psychology. So
Yeah.
I found it so fascinating, and it makes perfect sense. As a millennial, as millennials, we get this kind of like cool middle ground where it's like we know how to live one way, but we also saw the invention and lived the invention of the other things.
Yeah.
And so we're
I
kind
use
of in the middle.
I use rotary phones.
Yeah, totally. Same.
Yeah.
I've used
Yeah.
a typewriter. I've used floppy disks.
Yeah.
I was in junior high and floppy disks were still a thing.
Yeah.
DVD players, VCRs.
Have you used a manual typewriter?
Like where I type
Like
it
a
in.
full manual, like you push and watch the
Yeah.
striker come up? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool actually. I
Yeah.
mean, it sucks when you mess up, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is it for today's topic. Sorry, we've gone a little bit over today, but that's okay. We are back tomorrow. I'm going to guess Luana is back tomorrow. Is that correct, Ron? Maybe with Ron. You know what? I actually think, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Ron, I actually think we might be on the hunt for one more host. Just to, mix it up a little bit. So if anyone listening is interested in joining as an occasional host, I don't even think it's every week. I think it's just on occasion. Let us know. I think Ron wants to be more behind the scenes than in front of the scenes, and that's okay. So if we could offset that with one more host, that would be cool. But check us out tomorrow, Ron and Luana. And then on Thursday is probably Ron and JJ. And yeah, we're back every morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain Time on Rhode Island Broadcasting. Where can they find you?
KyleMillerCoaching.com.
That's right.
Or Kyle Miller Coaching, all of this.
On all of the, but not MySpace, which you need to get.
Yeah, I got to get on Space Hey.
Space Hey. Yeah, I'm going to go look it up right now.
Yeah.
And you can find me at aboundinghealth.ca where I have a podcast and all my info on blood analysis. So definitely check both of us out if you want. Follow us on all of our Going On Daily social medias and be back tomorrow.
See you, everybody.
Bye.